Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome to Warframe. Or I suppose I should say welcome back to Warframe, because this is not the first time we've been here on my channel. You know, back in the day I actually used to be the biggest streamer in the world for this game, which is not as impressive as it sounds, considering the amount of viewers I used to pull in. But the game has grown a lot since then. The game has changed a lot since then. I believe as of right now, like today, it's the 8th most popular game on Steam, so congratulations to the developers. It's really come a long way. I have played it off and on, I believe, for the last 2 or 3 years. I can't quite remember when the game came out, but I was a founder. I really believed in Warframe as a product, and I dumped $150 in. I got into the beta, and I had a blast. You can actually find old videos on this channel of Ruakan and myself playing through the game. Just such a good time. Such a good time. The game has changed a lot since then, and I've been meaning to make this video for about a week. I've seen Total Biscuit, Sinvicta, and Forces Strategy Gaming, Force SC2 Strategy, or whatever its channel URL is. I've seen them playing the game, and that reignited the spark and really made me want to come back. And I've really been enjoying myself. I think I'm going to make content for this in the future, or at the very least stream it a little bit. I'm actually going to use my Twitch channel, I think, or maybe we'll just use YouTube, who knows. But I wanted to introduce the game to you guys. Again, for those of you that haven't played it. It's so much fun. It's free to play. It's on PC and on the consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One, so you can pick it up wherever you want to. And essentially, you play as a dungeon-crawling space ninja. I mean, seriously, what is there not to enjoy about that? What you're looking at right now is everything on my ship. Up at the front, we have the star map. I can go to all of these planets and go to various levels on each of these planets. So, for instance, all of these areas I can travel to, and there are going to be different missions of various types that I can go in and get resources and defeat enemies and complete objectives on. And really, that's the basis for the game. It's all about getting stronger, progressing not only your character, but your account, and getting loot. And it is so fun and so addictive, and the gameplay is so fast. I'm going to show you the gameplay soon. I'm just going to explain some of the other systems first. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get to it soon. This is the market. This is where you can buy either blueprints that cost credits. Credits are a currency that you can achieve in-game just by going out into the world and shooting stuff. You can buy these blueprints and then craft these items with materials that you also find just out in the world on planets. Or if you wanted to skip the crafting part, you could spend some real money and pay the currency called platinum in order to obtain these items. Now, platinum is interesting. So you buy platinum from the website, it applies it to your account. And if you buy something here, like if I bought a weapon, that platinum would essentially disappear from the game. But platinum can also be traded to other players. I just smashed my keyboard. So if, for instance, a player has an item that I really want, I can say, hey, I'll give you 100 platinum for that. And then all of a sudden, this real-life currency is out in the game, and there's actually traders and things like that. They can amass massive amounts of this currency without spending any money in the store. And I think that's a fantastic idea. A really fantastic idea. Like, if I open up chat here and we go to the trading area, like, look how many people are looking to trade everything. It's non-stop. It goes like crazy. And then you could just message one of these guys and be like, hey, I'll give you however much you're asking for whatever item that is. And it's pretty cool. I really like it. That's actually one of my favorite things about this game. How you can really just boost the economy with a method like that. It's just fantastic. Over here is one of my crafting areas. Those blueprints that you saw over there, this is where you can craft some of these. Oh, I need to spend platinum to get another Warframe slot. That is there are some platinum requirements. For instance, I just finished crafting a Warframe there and added it to my arsenal of Warframes that I can jump into. So essentially, you are playing as a Tenno, and the Warframe is the suit that you wear. So there's a ton of different Warframes that have different play styles and do different abilities. For instance, Banshee here deals damage with sound waves. Ember is able to ignite the area around her in fire and hurt people like that. Then we have, I'm just trying to give you generic ones that are really polarized. We have Misa here, or however you say her name, who is a really good gunslinger. She's fantastic with pistols and things like that. Necros can bring back enemies from the dead and have them fight for him. Nyx is able to crowd control enemies by like mind controlling them and making them fight each other. And then of course there's Jesus Rhino, who is the birth of all life as we know it in the galaxy. There's a ton of different play styles, a ton of different Warframes. And the gameplay, again, is really, really fast-paced if you want it to be, or very slow if you want it to be, or very stealth-oriented if you want it to be. There's also a ton of different guns, and essentially you will need Platinum to expand the amount of inventory space you can hold, but I think I paid 12 Platinum there, or 20 Platinum there. That's really, really easy to get. All you have to do is find an item that someone else wants to buy, and you could sell it to them for a specific amount of Platinum. Very, very easy to generate that small amount of currency in this game. We're looking at Loki Prime right now. He's who I'm playing as. He is kind of based on stealth and using melee weapons to kill people, kind of. Over here we have a Kubro that I'm currently raising. It's a little baby dog that just hatched out of an egg. You know, don't worry about it. He still has some crafting time. If I was to craft something over here at the crafting station, it would take, you know, I would put in my resources. For instance, I think I need this, so let's just go ahead and craft it. I put in my resources, and then there's a crafting time associated with that. So I have to wait 12 hours before I'm able to use this weapon, which I don't think is too big of a deal at all. If you're super impatient, you could rush it. And over here is the mod station. These mods, I guess an easier way to show it would actually be over here. These mods go into either your Warframe or into your weapons, and they change how your weapon works or how your Warframe works. So for instance, in Ash right now, I have a rifle amp mod in the top slot. This mod is actually giving more power to the Warframe so I can install other mods, but that's not for this video. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see 5 lights under the rifle amp. That means it's a level 5 rifle amp. And you level up mods by adding duplicates of mods together or using these things called fusion cores. It's really, really complicated. Just know that there's a lot of customization, and you progress your character throughout your adventures in the galaxy. I guess that's all I'm going to say. I do need to equip some different weapons. Part of leveling in this game is ranking up, and you rank up by simply leveling different things on your account. So by crafting more items and then going into battle with those items, they will level up to a max rank of 30, and then also increase your rank as well. Was that long and drawn out enough? I hope so. So if we go to the star map, we have these things up at the top right. Alerts are miscellaneous missions that happen every now and then. Some of them are pretty easy, some of them can get hard, and some of them have special rewards that will only pop up during the duration of this alert. And of course, they go back into a cycle and they'll pop up again later. There are various factions in the game that you can work for that will give various rewards. You can see these over here. For instance, the parent sequence, who I am mostly giving my allegiance to. Click it on everything. They do have some items that I can work towards in here, some mods that I can only get from being part of this faction. And there are missions that come up daily that can increase my rankings with that faction. So if you're accustomed to dailies in an MMO, this is a very similar thing. Now, back in the day, this was considered an MMO, but I wouldn't say it's any more of an MMO than something like Diablo. I'm just going to jump into a mission here. This is a sabotage mission. Maybe we'll do a survival, actually. So a survival is a mission where you get dumped onto a planet and the enemy team turns off oxygen. And your friend Lotus is going to be feeding you these small packs of oxygen to try to keep you going. And essentially, you're going to try to survive for as long as humanly possible. The enemies will continue to get more and more and more difficult, and you basically want to last for as long as possible, but in increments of 5 minutes at a time, because every 5 minutes you get better and better rewards based on how long you've been in the mission. I just hacked this terminal, which starts the event, and now we're going to go out into the world and we're going to be killing some enemies. Now, this is a Grineer ship. There are 3 factions in the game. The Grineer which are, I mean, essentially, if you want to think about big, burly army dudes, that is essentially what Grineer are. Here's them right here. Now, keep in mind, my primary weapon is pretty powerful, so, you know, one shot to the body will pretty much take these guys down. This is a very, very easy mission, so keep that in mind. They do scale up in difficulty quite nicely, and this is not a max level Warframe, so, you know, I'm kind of leveling him up at the same time. But, there are two other factions, the Corpus, which are like super advanced technological robot guys, and they send walkers after you that look really funny and kind of stamp around. They have a lot of shield generators, you know, they try to use technology to get the upper hand. And then there's the Infested, who are probably my favorite faction, not only to go up against, but aesthetically as well, who are basically, they are basically the Corpus and the Grineer, but corrupted and like taken over by parasites is the way I would describe it. You know, they're very, very feral. They group up in numbers and they just look like these twisted shadows of the, you know, their old self, and they just run at you and they try to overwhelm you with numbers. If you want to think about the Zerg from StarCraft 2, that would probably be your best comparison, just you know, conceptually. Large numbers of feral things running at you with no rhyme or reason, you know, stuff like that. Really, really cool. For this particular daily, I have to stay alive for 10 minutes. So, you know, maybe I'll let these guys clump up a little bit and you can see some of the combat. Like I said, my weapon's really strong. I guess I could switch out to my melee weapon. They did add in Melee 2.0 quite some time ago. I have these guys with me who are just killing everything. They did add in Melee 2.0 quite a long time ago, so if you want to focus on melee combat in this game, you can. There's like jump attacks and slide attacks that do various different things. And if I actually had a stance in my weapon, I would be able to do various different combos that could change up based on which stance mod I have placed in my weapon. My Warframe also has 4 abilities. You can see all of these for each of your Warframes in this ability thing here. I have Teleport. Well, let's go from the top. So I was going to tell you the ones I actually use, but we have Shuriken, which just deals damage to a single target. I throw out a sharp thing and it impales someone and they're like, oh no. I have Smokescreen, which allows me to go in stealth and drop out of sight from the enemy team. We have Teleport, which allows me to vroom right behind an enemy player and then take him out with a stealth attack to the back. Wasn't that dope as fuck? And then we also have my ultimate. I don't know what it's called, but when we get some enemies clumped up, I can use it. It allows me to just do these awesome okay, it kind of glitched out in the wall there, but these really cinematic takedowns to everyone in the area. And it's a great way of clearing a large number of enemies all at one time. And I mentioned, while you're out on these missions, you are going to be getting resources. Some of these resources come from these containers that I'm breaking open. Some of these resources come from enemies dropping. And there are certain missions that have you go after high-value targets and assassinate bosses. And they have, like, boss mechanics and stuff. You can only damage them at certain times. Or they do various patterns to try to take you down. So you have to learn each of the bosses and how to beat them down. Like, there's just so much to this game. And I love it so very much. One of the most important parts, and you may have noticed me doing it throughout the course of this video, is just movement in general. You can, you know, walk, you can sprint if you want to go a little bit faster, but if you really want to get the most mobility possible, you have to do these really cool, like, movement tricks. So I would go into a slide by crouching, and as I'm sliding, I would then jump, and then while I'm jumping, I can double jump, and then slide again, and keep this chain going. And you're really incentivized for being good at mobility in this game. And of course, I have these, whatever weapon this is, this little sidearm I equipped just to level it up, basically. That it serves no real purpose. My main weapon is a Soma, and I have a lot of critical hit increases on this bad boy, and it's able to fire a lot of bullets in a very short amount of time. And it also has some elemental damage on it. The elemental system in this game is pretty cool. It's like you can combine different elements to get a reaction. So I don't know any off the top of my head, but like certain elements are better at taking down shields or dealing damage to flesh, or by certain elements can reduce the armor of really big enemies. And there's a lot of customization and things you can do to really make your character your own. And there's just so many good things. I'm going to go ahead and take this oxygen here. You can see my life support up at the top of the screen. And like I said, this is probably not the best mission to show you guys for first impressions, but it's like super easy, not challenging at all. I've kind of just been jumping around talking. But these missions do get really, really hard. And, you know, maybe if I start live streaming this again, you can come by and watch a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to finish this mission up, though. We'll do some jump cut, don't worry. I won't make you sit through another 4 minutes of this.
Check this out.
I kind of wish I didn't have these teammates here. Like, the idea of these missions, yeah, they're basically daily quests from an MMO, like I said, but the idea is you're not meant to feel like you're alone. You're supposed to feel like you're working with your faction to take these guys down. But essentially, they're just killing people that I want to kill, which is a little irritating. I want to do awesome combos with my S Prime. I just got him. He's so shiny. But yeah, the mission's wrapping up. Like I said, this one wasn't hard at all. Now, just a fair warning, if you do want to pick up Warframe, I am going to add a recruit a friend link to the bottom, you know, in the video description somewhere. The recruit a friend link, basically, if you sign up and make an account through my referral link, you get free XP boost for a day, and I think I get some mods or something. Not mandatory at all. Don't feel obligated to do it by any means. But if you do want to play Warframe, I'm going to tell you right now, it is grindy. Just like Diablo. The whole point of Diablo is you go in, you get weapons, you get armor, and you make your character better. So you can go in and get weapons and get armor and make your character better. Warframe is exactly the same. Don't get me wrong. It is exactly the same. But I feel like with Warframe, there's more of a collection kind of mentality to it. And with Warframe, I really, really, really enjoy the gameplay. Now, that isn't going to say that I can play this game for the rest of my life and be content, because I don't think that's the case. But lately I've been in a mood where I just want to sit back, relax, and recharge. And this has been a fantastic game to just sit down at night and play. I really, really enjoyed it. I did mention, I hope I did, I've been talking for a long time. I did mention that there's a collection component here. For instance, just because I feel like it, not required by any means, just because I feel like it. Let me see, I want to go to show profile. Just because I feel like it, I want to get everything on this list. And that's going to be hard to do, but that's what I'm working for. I don't necessarily want to level up every single one of these weapons and every single one of these Warframes. But I want to have them. I want to have the option to level them up. And that's kind of the hook that this game has into me. I really, really like it. I'm going to make some more Warframe videos. I think I'm going to talk about the different Warframes and what they do coming up in some future videos. I hope you guys look forward to it. And like I said, I might start streaming it again, and we'll just kind of see how that plays out. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you check out the game, because I really have been just enjoying it so much. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.